Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, subscribe, folks. Comment, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like watching and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen folks, there's a link tree down below. Has the links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there, follow me across all my social media platforms and talk to me because I talk back. Also down there as well is the links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and hit that notification bell so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Now with that said and done and put to the side, I'm going to talk to you folks today about the New York Jets beating the New York Giants 31-27 in the final preseason game, okay? Final preseason game. The New York Jets go 3-0 in the preseason. Not that that means a whole lot, you know, it's preseason, but hey, it's something to build upon, something that we can take and continue to build momentum going into the season with. And man, oh man, did we see a lot out of this football team playing their starters. There was some good things, there was some so-so things, and there were some exciting things that we saw out there on that field. Honestly, this was a very exciting game, and I can't wait to talk to you folks about it first. So listen, we watched the game together again. Salutes to all the Savages that was in the live stream with me, watching the game with me, going back and forth and discussing what we saw. Now, start out the game, Flacco was the guy that we put out there, and Flacco was all right, man. 7 of 12, had 76 yards throwing the football, but he also had a bonehead interception where he was running out to his right. There was a guy pressuring him. There was guys running after him, and I think he was just looking kind of really focused on a Jets pass catcher, but there was like 3 guys around him, and he tried to get the ball to the guy, and I don't even think he saw the Giants defender that just literally just stepped in front of it, picked it off, and took it back. And it was like, what kind of play was that? You know, you don't want to see that stuff from Joe Flacco because, again, he's a veteran quarterback, and you would think that he would just throw that out of bounds, just, you know, kill the play and let everything roll. But that's kind of what we saw there. But, again, it's preseason. You know, hopefully he shakes those cobwebs out and we don't see that going forward. But it was a kind of a bonehead interception. But there were some positive things. He did make some good throws. Guys were moving around out there before that drive was killed. We also saw a fumble from Michael Carter as well, killing offensive drive. We were kind of shooting ourselves in the foot early with some of the turnover and some of the issues that we had, just continuing drives. That was the biggest issue that was killing our drives. But defensively, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me tell you something. I remember asking, you know, one of my biggest questions that I was asking going into this game when Sulla said, here, we're going to play our starters, they're going to go out there. One of the biggest things that I was asking was, is this pass rush real? We talk about it constantly. We talk about the, you know, the possibility. Everybody said on paper we should just be dominant and all this other stuff. And I was like, I want to see if this is real. Oh, baby, it's real. Oh, baby, it is real. Let me tell you, it's real, man. It is real. Okay? It is real. You don't pinch yourself. It's real. All right? Listen, Carl Lawson, Quentin Williams, who had half a sack, Jermaine Johnson, and my God, Michael Clemens, this is real. These guys were all over the Giants quarterbacks. All over them. Let me tell you something. Tyrod Taylor felt the pressure left and right. There was a blitz sent early that got to him, got a sack. That was Michael Carter. He got half a sack on that. Michael Carter also got an interception because of pressure as well that was thrown to him. He was able to grab that and keep it rolling. Michael Carter II continues to look really good there. I'm so excited about him. This was a guy that missed time last season due to the injury. If he's healthy this season, because last season he was one of the better young slot corners in the league. This season, I expect the same out of him. He looked really good in this game. But the guy that I thought was just unbelievable in this game, Michael Clemens. This guy plays with a level of intensity that is out of this world. He laid Tyrod Taylor out on a shot where Jermaine Johnson got in early, and Taylor was kind of able to evade him a little bit, just barely. And he went to throw the football down the field, and Clemens just lit him up and landed on him. And that ended Tyrod's day. Now, I hope Tyrod Taylor's okay. Initially, they said it was a back injury. I'm sure they're going to continue to do the test and figure out what's going on with him. I wish him a speedy recovery. But Michael Clemens was just lighting people up. And even if he wasn't getting a sack, he was getting pressure. He was chasing guys down. Webb, their other backup quarterback, was trying to get away from him on a rollout where Clemens sniffed it out and it was in. And he was chasing Webb down from across the field. He almost got to him before Webb was able to get out of bounds. I mean, Michael Clemens is playing like a man possessed. He is serious. He's not joking with you. He's not a joke at all. I really love what we saw out of Michael Clemens today. K'Wan Alexander had a big hit as well. He lit a running back up that was waiting for a screen pass, just smoked him. Just absolutely smoked him, caused the fumble and everything. So, man, let me tell you something. This defense is going to be serious business this season. They are all about just intensity, anger, and they are going to bring the fire to the field. I love what I saw at the starters. We also saw Mike White in this game rebound. Mike White played really well in this game, kind of stepped it up from what we saw in the Falcons game. 13-17, he had 170 yards throwing the football, 2 TDs, one of them to Braxton Berrios, who had a 21-yard TD, who was able to just catch kind of a quick out, and then he got going and was able to evade some guys getting to the end zone. That was good play by Berrios. We also saw White connect with Jeff Smith as well for a 19-yard TD. Jeff Smith played well in this game too. Here's another guy vying for a wide receiver spot here. Let me tell you something. Jeff Smith has put in some work. So as the game just continued on down the stretch, things were getting tight. And you already know what time it is. You already know who the savior is when things get tight, all right? My boy and your boy, Chris Streveler, all right? Chris Streveler is Streveler time. It's Streveler time. Listen, Chris Streveler came into the game late. And boy, oh boy, did he make an impact. He does what he always does. Chris Streveler, 10-13 on the day, 96 yards throwing the ball, 2 TDs. One of those TDs was to Denzel Mims. Denzel Mims had a game today. You can tell that the New York Jets are interested in feeding him, trying to get his trade value up so they can, you know, move on for him and send him somewhere where he can compete for that #1 spot that he wants, which is, you know, no issues. He came out and publicly admitted he wanted to trade. Mims had a 29-yard TD. Mims also was seven catches on the day, 102 yards, had a TD. And let me tell you something. That was big for us. That was very big for us. That put it 24-24. Giants come back. They're able to drive down. They kick a field goal. That makes it 27-24. Well, Streveler just wouldn't let it ride. He was not going to let it die. With 22 seconds left, Streveler hits Calvin Jackson Jr. for the touchdown for the score, okay, which put the Jets up 31-27. Jets win. What a way to end the preseason. Streveler just continues to be that guy. When you think all the chips are down, he comes in and he finds a way, and that is going to make it extremely hard to cut Chris Streveler. It's going to make it hard. He's a guy, again, that is vying for a position on this roster, too. Now you got to wonder how many quarterbacks can you keep? Because I think if you cut Streveler, I don't think he's going to make it to the practice squad, honestly. I don't think that he's a guy that you're going to be able to stash in that practice squad. I really don't. The way that he's been playing, the spark that he's been adding, the quickness of his throws, the athletic ability, he utilized his feet in this game to kind of evade pressure as well, get out the pocket sometimes, you know, get the football down the field. Chris Streveler looked really good, and he's looked good in every single game that he's played in for us this preseason. So it's going to be very interesting going forward. Cuts are coming up, and there's going to be a lot of decisions to make. You got to look as well offensively for the New York Jets. What are they going to do with Denzel Mims? Are you going to trade him now? Are you going to wait till later on? Are you going to carry him on the 53-man roster, which cuts down a roster spot at the wide receiver position? If you carry 6 wide receivers, who's getting that last spot? If Mims' spot is guaranteed, because they already told him they're not going to cut him, they told his agent that. Who's the next spot? Who's that last spot going to? Is it going to Calvin Jackson Jr.? Are you switching Cager back over to wide receiver? You know, if you switch him back over to wide receiver, is he getting that spot? If not, Cager's a tight end. Are you keeping him a tight end? Are you keeping 4 tight ends with C.J. Uzomah, Conklin, Ruckert, who looked really good as well in this game? He's been playing well in preseason. And then you're keeping Cager. What are you doing there? You also got to look at the situation with Knight, too. Knight is a good back. A lot of great returns, has some solid runs. What happens with him going forward? Black as well, solid at wide receiver. Is he a guy that's in competition for the spot? You look at the defensive side, Anai. Is he a guy that's going to be able to make this roster? What's going forward with Ashton Davis? Is Ashton Davis a guy that could be cut? Will Parks, I'm telling you, has outperformed him. I think Ashton Davis could be gone. Is Joe Douglas going to make that call? Because this is a guy that he drafted. You also got to look at Huff, too. Huff was playing very well today. He was in the quarterback's ear constantly. And there was a lot of talk about Huff early, possibly not making the roster because of how beastly our defensive line is. So there's going to be a lot of decisions to make come roster cut time. And I can't wait to see how Joe Douglas and his staff handles that situation. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. How do you folks feel about the New York Jets' final preseason game? What are your thoughts about some of the decisions they're going to have to make on the roster? What are your thoughts about Chris Streveler? Do you keep him? Do you let him go? What are your thoughts about Denzel Mims? Where do you trade him? What kind of value do you think we'll get back for him? I want to hear from you folks. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. You folks have a good one. Peace.